Hello friends, this is Ramana. Today I will show demo on one SSIS basic interview. This question is tricky and at the same time confusing question to the candidates who are attending for SSIS developer or ETL developer questions. So what this question is, can your SSIS package run when your input source is empty? So what does it mean? If your input source is empty without having any data, will it run? Will the SSIS package is run or not? This is what the intention of this question. So I will show the demo practically whether it is run or not. So this is my empty package, new package. I am taking and dragging the data flow task. Before that, I showed my input source. This is the test. Uh, this file I want to load into the. Currently, there is no data in this file. I want to. I am supposed to load the data in this table. This is my test table where it contains three columns: ID, name, and gender. I want to load the data into this table. So sometimes in your organization there are some scenarios where you can get the files, number of files on weekly basis or daily basis. Some of the files without having any data. So at the time you may got the doubt whether this is loaded or not. So I will show practically to show the package is run or not. Data flow task. I'm dragging the my input source of is the test document. I'm dragging the flat file source to configure. Double click new. I'm browsing for my input source document. This is my input source columns. So it won't allow because even the header also is not there in the document. At the time it won't allow. I will change the document. Now I'm creating the header as per the destination table. ID, name, header. I'm creating header columns and without having any data. Now I am trying to load the. I'm trying to configure again. Browse test. Yeah. Now it is load. So that means altogether empty data it cannot allow to take. If you have any header information without having any data, it will take. Now I'm okay. And if you want to check the columns, want to do some changes for the compatibility with the tables. The destination table has some data types: int id, name varchar 20 length, gender is 10 length. I want to make these changes, changing the data type string to 4 bytes and integer, and name comes to 20, and gender is 10. We will go for while lib destination to load the data, see what will happen. So my server name is admin, my database is sample, okay, and I am taking the table as test. Mapping, coming to mappings, we need to take the data conversion. Only by changing the data conversion we can change the data type. For that I am taking the one more column, data conversion column, and connecting the file source to data connection. Double click, select all the columns and select the 4 byte integer, 4 bytes and integer, and change the length to compatibility with the destination tables. Now if you connect this one to OLED destination and go to mapping, go to mappings. Here I'm copy of ID, copy of name, copy of gender. So the package is ready. Now once again make sure that the source table is empty, just having 3 header columns. So will it run or not? I'm running the package. So package runs successfully, but there is no indication of the numbers in between the precedence constants because of not having the data. If there are some data, it will show some rows from input source to data conversion and some rows to same number of rows to data conversion to the OLEDB destination. But here there because of having no data, only header columns, it will package will run without fail. So that is the answer. Even though the your input source is empty, it will run, but when it will run only when there are header columns in your input source. If there are no header columns also in your input source, the input config connection manager cannot allow to take the input source. So this is your answer for this question. Thanks for watching the video. Thank you very much.